This lesson is named Equanimity, which means maintaining balance of mind and remaining steady under stress. In verse 2.48, Lord Sri Krishna says that performing your actions as per yoga. Keep in mind that both Sankhya Yoga and Karma Yoga are collectively referred to as yoga. So the Lord says, perform all your actions as per yoga and abandon all desires of a reward and keep doing the righteous thing without bothering about the outcome, even if it's failure or success. In verse 2.49, Lord Sri Krishna says, the action performed for selfish reasons is inferior and self-defeating because they bind the selfish person to this mortal realm and to the endless cycle of death and rebirth. In verse 2.5, Lord Sri Krishna says, with poised reasoning, a person must abandon both ill as well as good deeds. Why does the Lord ask us to abandon both good and evil deeds? Lord meant we should abandon both the ill and good actions performed for selfish reasons. Let's understand this with an example. A person feeds chickens every day. It is considered as a good action, but he does so that he can kill them for food. So now both his actions are against the yoga. First, his good action of feeding is laced with his selfishness. Then he kills the bird to feed himself, which is a sin and against dharma. If he were to feed the birds without any selfish reason, then his action would conform with yoga. And Lord says that we must become skillful in doing such actions that are free from any ulterior motives or selfishness. In verse 2.51, Lord Sri Krishna says that it was with such actions many sages attained the blissful state. Which is that blissful state? It's the state where you have broken free from this endless cycle of death and rebirth and merged with the Almighty, and which is called moksha. You will learn more about this blissful state in the future chapters. It is the ultimate goal of this human life. But most of us waste our human life in vain, acting selfishly. In verse 2.52, Lord Sri Krishna says, only after crossing the mire of delusion, which is believing that we are born as humans only to live for ourselves, and all the things that God made in this world is for our pleasure. For example, people think that animals are made by God to feed us. Killing and eating animals will bind you to this mortal realm and the cycle of death and rebirth. And remember, you could be reborn as a chicken or a sheep and will be slaughtered as painfully for your bad karmas. Once you understand this principle, that what you do to others eventually will happen to you, then you will become indifferent to all preachings that you have already heard or learned or will hear or learn that says that everything on this earth is made for your pleasure and you can exploit it as you please. In verse 2.53, Lord Sri Krishna says that if you live like a yogi, then your intellect will be free from any lies that are said to control and manipulate you. Because you would have already been enlightened by the knowledge of Gita and now know your purpose in life and your reason for being born as a human being. Your only purpose in life is to achieve moksha by living a selfless and benevolent life. It's time for another exercise in your journal. Write one good action that you think you did, knowing that you did it for a selfish reason. Let me share a secret with you. Many people think that praying is a good action. Indeed it is. But if you pray to wish for something, then that praying becomes a selfish action. If you are also doing something similar, then think of turning that good selfish action into a good selfless action. While you are at it, also write down an action that your heart says is ill and selfish, and promise yourself to stop doing it. In the next lesson named Mark of the Equanimous, we will learn about living like a yogi. Keep learning, because knowledge will set you free. See you in the next video.